last week we had the opportunity to do something that we've never had the opportunity to do before. And it started here at Carline Canopy, and since it was taking place here, I thought it would be a good idea to just pay a visit to Mother Miyun, the proprietress, the sophisticated lady who welcomes you when you start the game on Gridania, and I thought it would be cool to catch up with her again because it's been so long since we've spoken to her. She's just always been one of those characters that has always been one of my all-time favorites since I started playing this game, and I thought it'd be nice to catch up with her because it has been so long since we caught up with her. And I can definitely say that this place certainly served as a good launching point for something that we have never done before, which we got to do last week. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world. Matt back with you here at Overall Autism for another edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog here on Final Fantasy XIV's Exodus server. So, last week, we took it upon ourselves to make a little history for Final Fantasy XIV by getting this game featured in a speedrun marathon. For those of you who missed out last week, we went over to Twitch where we got involved in the We Want Left 4 Dead 2 HD Speedrun Marathon hosted by North American Speedrunners Association. And, as a result, we got to show off the 2.0 Light Party dungeons, all the dungeons from Sastasha up to Wanderer's Palace. And then, because they were in the middle of doing some bonus content at the end, I offered my services again, and we got the opportunity to show off a variety of hard mode trials. It was certainly worthwhile for me to get my feet wet into speedrunning because it's something that I've really been motivated to do now for the course of the past year. But if you've been following the videos that I've been doing on YouTube and on Twitch, you'll know that I've been setting a lot of times, whether it be by myself or with a group of other people, to try and beat dungeons as fast as possible. And this was helped out, of course, further on Monday, thanks to Skyla, thanks to Zopus, and thanks to Shima, who helped us get our first ever sub 40 minute clear. And it wasn't just sub 40, we clocked in at 38 minutes and 22 seconds, which was mind-blowing. So that combined with the opportunity of getting my feet wet in a speedrun marathon like the one that just came by, and it was certainly wonderful to be part of it. It was an honor to get included into it, and I told everyone that it was not going to be the last time that people were going to see me in speedrun marathoning. This can be because of the fact that on the day that my run started for showing off the dungeons, we actually got invited to another speedrun marathon, which is taking place next month, called Pixels for Peace. And that marathon takes place the week before Easter. And it'll be fun to do that as well because it'll be my first charity speedrun marathon. It'll be a marathon that'll be raising money for a charity called Save the Children. And that charity is, of course, one that is well known within the speedrun community. It gets featured in a lot of speedrun marathons, most notably the seasonal events run by the European Speedrunners Assembly, or ESA, which recently completed their winter event. And so getting the chance to now run a speedrun marathon next month for that charity will be something amazing. And speaking of charity marathons, spurred on by the fact that we got into We Want Left 4 Dead 2 HD and getting into Pixels for Peace, I've taken it upon myself to apply for competing in other speedrun marathons. And perhaps the biggest of all is Games Done Quick, known now for almost 10 years as the speedrun event. It takes place live every 6 months. It's a semi-annual event, and it raises millions of dollars for the charities they support. And I really want to get into their summer event taking place at the end of June, playing Final Fantasy XIV. So I know that I face stiff competition if I get into that one, because it's not only is it the biggest speedrun marathon event of the year, obviously it brings in the most well-known people who are associated with it. And knowing that I'm coming in with Final Fantasy XIV, I know that if I get accepted, it will not have been easy, because there are 1,500 other people who are trying to do the same thing that I'm doing. And yes, I'm not lying. There is a list that tells you how many runs have been submitted for games done quick, and it hit 1,500. It's a lot of people I'm up against, but I would like to think that my odds are around 1 in 10 for qualifying, because of the fact that they average about 150 games played every event. So they did have fewer runs in their most recent one in January. They only had 130 because they put an emphasis on video games that took longer. But I'm hoping they'll go back closer to their 150 average, and they'll let a lot of shorter runners, and also possibly give me a chance to get involved too. So yeah, We Want Left 4 Dead 2 may have just been the start for what could be a series of months coming up in the very immediate future that will have me playing this game as much as possible, as quickly as I can, and with your support, we could make something amazing happen. So, that's going to do it for this edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog. As always, if you have a character here on Exodus or looking to create one in Exodus and you're interested in joining our free company, we'd be more than happy to have you with us. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navarro Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.